Just want to share this little book with you. This is called Clarity and Connection. It's a very short book, short little pages, almost a little bit more like poetry. He's using a lot of paper for so few words, but whatever, we'll not mention that. I also listened, there's a Sounds True version, and at the end of the audio book, they have an interview with the guy. And that was the part that really I wanted to talk about. The book, if you like this, check it out. But the interview is where he talks about his meditation practice, and this guy is a meditator in the exact same meditation tradition that I have been practicing in for years. That's Vipassana. And so it's just so nice to hear him talk about his experience, his practice, his motivation, his dedication. I mean, he is very committed. He's doing his 2 hours every day. He's doing multiple retreats a year. And you can just tell also, like, even though he's a writer, writing is secondary, that the main thrust of his life is his practice. And so that's always, for me, so inspiring to hear people like that, because it's like, yes, there's other people that really care about this kind of thing as well. And that gets me motivated. And that's what I want to share with you, because as he kind of breathed new life into my meditation practice, I'm hoping to share some of that with you, so maybe you can get excited about your meditation practice. Not too excited, of course, because you don't want to meditate from an excited place. That's a little different than meditation. Excited to meditate, excited. That would be pretty funny. Been dealing with this cold. So this is what I got from it. I wanted 3 points that I really got inspired by. I'm not sure if he exactly said this or not, but kind of coming out of the book, kind of coming out of the interview, just my takeaways of what came up for me. First one, clarity. Now that's in the name of the title, so that's a good one to go with. Clarity. One of the things about meditation, and this is especially true just with any kind of concentration or focusing practice. Focusing on the breath is what I do in my meditation, but whatever you're focusing on, if it's something, a visualization or something, the mind just gets so clear because it settles down, settles into the quietness. The thoughts kind of slow down. The things that you're worried about, you start to kind of forget about them, which is nice because they're not immediately present. And so your mind becomes quieter. And once it's quieter in there, there's this clarity where you can just kind of cut through the noise. You can focus on anything you want to focus on, and you get there instantly with this clean clarity of just seeing it exactly where it is, undisturbed by whatever you're looking at. I'm not sure how well that describes it if you've never meditated, but that's the experience. And so, one, clarity. So nice to have that clarity. And there's been times, I remember there was a time I was in India, I had just gotten off this long retreat, and I was listening to this music, because in India they play this music all day long. They just blast it into the air, so the whole town you can hear from far away. And I was just listening to this music, and it was like my mind was right there at the ear just contacting the music, and it was just like a very direct experience. And that's what I mean by clarity. There's no fog, there's no haze. And most of that haze is just mental activity. I'm thinking about this thing in the future, that thing in the past. None of that. It was just direct experience. Such a clear experience, and I love that. It's a great place to keep your mind in. It's like, and he compares it to brushing your teeth. I think that's a good metaphor, because it is like you're cleaning out your mind to keep it in this really fresh state. Number 2 was number 3 was I don't know where the clarity went there. Number 3 was that it helps you to go to the source of your problems, because, and he does get into this, that's more the connection part of the book, the relationship kind of aspect of all these relationships we have, whether it's with other people, which are very challenging relationships, or even just an object that isn't doing what we want it to do. There's so many opportunities for frustration and tension, and things don't do what you want them to do, or they do things you don't want them to do. And whether it's a thing or a person, it gets this frustration where there's this craving, and there's an aversion and craving and aversion, and we're just living in this mental tension, and we think that we are suffering because of the conditions of our life. Even though if you stop and think about it, this is just how life is going to be. It's going to be this way for you, for me, for everyone, all the time, for the rest of our lives, forever and ever. It's going to be unsatisfying. It's going to be either not what we want, or it's going to be something we don't want. Not all the time, of course. Sometimes it's exactly what we want. We feel great, and then we get attached to that too. But this is going to happen, and yet somehow we're still fighting with it. We're internally fighting with it, and so we suffer. And the point is that all that suffering, whatever it is, if you're suffering in this moment internally, you are the source of that problem. You are the cause of that problem because of your own mental stress and tension. And this is the way. Meditation is the way to go to the root of that problem, where you can confront it. You can say, hey, tension, hey, stress, I'm going to be here with you, present, aware. You're just sitting with it, just alive, aware, awake, being with that stress. And that is how you get to there's more to it, of course. I recommend you practice meditation, get some books, go on a retreat, do that. But sitting with it, you go to the root of the problem, you can come to peace, make peace with the experience. It doesn't mean you have to act any differently in the world. You can still respond to events. In fact, you respond more with that clarity, and because now you're not cluttered with a bunch of mental stress. So that was point number 1, point number 3, and for some reason in the middle I missed point number 2, but it doesn't even matter because I hit clarity and connection. Whatever point 2 is somewhere probably in the middle of those. So we'll just say, oh, that's what it was, of course. Point number 2, this is a ridiculous video. Thanks for watching if you've made it this far. Point number 2 is going to be that the vibration that we have, whatever that means to you, we're vibrating in some sort of mental state. See, right now I'm having some fun, so I'm vibrating with some joy and fun. I have a vibration of the sounds of my voice, the emotional feel, the tone, the movements of my body, all this we can say is vibrations. That energy reflects out, and we start to see that in our lives. And so this is how come if someone's in a really bad mood or a negative person always complaining, you just don't want to be around them, because it's just like, I don't want that negativity, unless you're someone who likes to fight, because then you want them around so you can blame them and fight with them and argue with them. And maybe that is what you want, but that means you're in that vibration and they're looking for you too, so they can fight with you. So you could be in that vibration, or you can be in some other vibration of peace and love and joy and gratitude. And so meditation is sort of like a leveling up of your vibration, because it allows you to kind of sort through the mess and all those tense, tight, low vibration, dense, heavy feelings. You can just kind of make peace with those, and then you sort of rise up into higher vibrations. It's a little bit esoteric the way I'm saying it, but you start to see it in your life. It's just it is the way to live life. The way to live life is at the highest vibration you can possibly get yourself into, because then you just start to see more of what you want in your life as well. Like, people start to just smile at you. People thank you because I'm vibrating in gratitude, and they say thank you so much. So you see it in your life. So what does Wes Watson say? The frequency is what you frequently see. Boom. Just like that, just like that. So that was point number 2. So we went 1, 3, 2, a little out of order. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gives you some inspiration. It's inspiring to me. I'm going to start meditating even more. I do it every morning, but I don't do 2 hours a day like this guy does. And I don't think I will get to 2 hours a day until maybe I'm doing a little less parenting. But somewhere in between, I'm going to just kind of keep cranking the knob on that one. You get your meditation practice going. Turn off the video. Go meditate right now while you're inspired. Turn it off. Go. Get 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Get a full hour. Do what you need to do. Enjoy it. Enjoy the peace.